Stanley, 6'10", 285. He's held up so far pretty good.
He really has. In the second half, he's really become more assertive. Texas Tech looking to get him the ball more.
That says battle forever on the arm of Tony Petit. Carr the rebound with the left hand. Oh, and he likes it. He's swimming across that paint, huh?
He sets up so much of his inside offense because he's a really good shooter. Gets the ball, he sees the lane to the basket, and just drives in. Smith really nothing he could do on the play except allow Carr to drive in and score. That's his 4th personal foul.
Chance for a 3-point play. And everything going Corey Carr's way. 21 points for Corey Carr. And Texas Tech opens up a 10-point lead. Bonowitz whistle for the foul. His second.
That's one of the strengths of playing Chris Herron at the point guard because he's very strong, he's very athletic, and when he creates off the dribble, he can get the ball to the front of the rim.
Herron with the drive, bodies on the deck, and a whistle. All right, there's the 3rd foul on Tony Petit. That sends Herron to the free throw line.
Janae Cooper has come in for Petit and done a very good job at 6'8". So when Tech has gone smaller, they've suffered some defensively on the inside, but their transition game has really picked up. And then, of course, we mentioned Grayson Averill, who had the big first half. With 15 points, he was 6 for 6 from the floor. He can also come in, so they'll go small if they have to, but they really pick up their tempo.
Deuce Jones across midcourt tries to break that Fresno State press. Dominic Young nearly swatted away. Now Herron comes up to help, and here come the Bulldogs. Young, up he goes. Cooper trying to block it from behind, but a bucket by Dominic Young. 23 points in this game for Dominic Young. Again, the pressure. They break it easily. Carr, jam.
Rashawn Smith getting back down the floor. Now, he's got 4 fouls. And Coach Tarkanian has elected to leave him in. But again, a missed defensive assignment. Tech has taken advantage of this throughout this ball game so far in throwing long and catching Fresno State off guard in their defensive transition.
Young off the screen, missed the 3, picked up by Corey Carr. Boy, what a complete player. He plays defense, offense. Bonowitz, the lefty. Bonowitz, Larry, shut out in the first half, now quickly with 5 points.
You know, on the year, he's a 51% three-point shooter, so shooting the ball is not a problem for him. Bonowitz has had a problem in some games getting himself open and then looking for the shot.
Carr spots up and a 3-pointer. Wow, 26. 9 quick ones here to start the second half. And it's 76-62 Tech, their biggest lead of the night. That's what you call rejection. Deuce Jones.
And that's his first block shot on the year, and he's getting his money's worth out of that. Watch Young and Deuce elevating and really getting a nice extended arm and swatting that ball out of bounds. But I tell you what, you do that to Dominic Young, he's the kind of player, he'll come right back and he'll shoot the next one. He looks to score, he enjoys the challenge.
Hey, Deuce is feeling like a tall guy out there. He's 6'1", Dominic 5'11". So there's that 3-inch differential. Young this time drives and a whistle before he can kick it back out to Forney. And a foul whistle on Jones, his 3rd. Texas Tech on an 8-0 run the last minute 15. And now a timeout here in Las Vegas. 15's a select squad, and you can see why. He gave a dream team some trouble during the summer.
Played on that team with Timmy Duncan, Brevin Knight.
Loose ball picked up by Tech. Bonowitz. Carr cut.
Corey Carr playing at the 3 position, with Rayford Young playing the 1, and Stan Bonowitz playing the 2. And you have a disadvantage at the defensive end, but on offense in transition, Texas Tech is leaking. They're looking to fast break on every single opportunity they can and take advantage of the fact that in 3 positions they're quicker than Fresno State.
Boy, Heron playing some tough D on Bonowitz to Carr on the wing. 20 on the shot clock. Carr drives baseline. Underneath, Averill takes the seat.
The Carr is very deceptive. You know, he's obviously a great perimeter shooter, but he's got a very quick crossover move, and when he penetrates, he draws the defense, spots Averill. All Averill has to do is just get in his line of sight and get his hands up so he can catch the ball. And what usually results when you get good dribble penetration like that from an outside shooter is either you have an open path to the basket for the lay-in or you get fouled.
16 points, 6 boards for Averill, who was 6 for 6, Larry, in the first half from the floor, and he just can't miss off the bench. Big game.
Averill, a native of St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, came into this ballgame shooting 61%, so a good shooting performance is nothing new for him.
Forney looked inside, went back outside with a nice right hand. Forney having a game with 8 points. He was banged up early, still wearing that bandage under his eye. Loose ball. It's going to be Fresno State basketball.
You're talking about Forney, you know, he's got long arms. He's got those arms that look a lot like James Worthy arms, but he's very good on the block. He's a quick jumper, and he doesn't waste a lot of time or energy. When he catches the ball in there, he makes up his mind quickly and beats the defense.
That's a shot Heron can make. He tried to drive off the pick by Smith. Out of bounds, Texas Tech basketball. 14:24 to go. Tech with a big run to start the second half. The lead now 78-64.
Fresno State's got to settle down.
Young, the steal, on the bucket. Dominic with 25.
And Dominique Young had been testing the freshman in Rayford Young with that fake one-way and going around trying to dislodge the basketball from him. He finally got it to work.
Nice save by Tech. Off to Heron. Roberson. And Forney trying to back in, picked up the pivot foot.
Well, he's got Grayson Averill on him, who's 6'5", and Forney at 6'8" and 220. It's a matchup that Fresno State's got to like. And in their half-court offense, Fresno State can settle down, move the ball on the perimeter, look to get it inside and take advantage of that matchup, bring Dominique off some screens and see if they can get him back involved in this game offensively, get that three-point shot going. They can get right back in this ballgame.
Out goes Rashawn Smith. In comes Kari Stanley. So Stanley matched up against Tony Petit in the middle. On the drive, Averill, baseline, blocked away underneath. Little guy, Youngs, can't tip it in. And the loose ball goes out to Fresno State. Here comes Young across midcourt. He'll drive it. And the foul on the drive by Averill.
Dominique Young that time in the open court with a great hesitation move. He's so quick, that stop and go just throws the entire transition defense of Texas Tech.
Third foul on Averill.
And watch Young, he sells a defender on the three-point shot, which is a very makeable shot from that far out for Dominique Young. But he puts on the Jets, and when he puts that afterburner on, he's as quick to come.
There's another quick inside move around for D. Boy, went left, went right. And Dominique Young, 27 points. 18 in the first half, 9 here so far in the second half, and that bucket has cut the lead down to 10.
Dominique Young is the kind of player, he feeds off these kind of plays. If you allow him to start making easy scores, it just sets up his ability to step out on the perimeter and really knock down those tough shots when the defense is in front of him.
Well, later tonight on the Deuce at 12:30 Eastern is the championship game of the Northern Lights Invitational from Anchorage, Alaska. Third-ranked Georgia takes on Oregon in the tournament finale following NBA tonight.
10 of 17, 27 points, and Dominic really creating those opportunities one-on-one off the dribble. He's a fiery little guy. He's a competitor.
T drives around Stanley, couldn't get the shot to go. Averill, strong rebound, and now a whistle.
Remember last year, the first time we got an opportunity to watch Dominic Young, they were playing at Utah. Utah ranked in the top 10 at that point. And Dominic Young coming down the floor with time winding down, and he hit the shot at the buzzer to beat Utah. And I'll never forget Dominic Young running over and literally tackling Coach Tarkanian.
Yeah, he was. That was the old pancake. Yeah, that was a fine moment in Tarkanian's first year at Fresno State. No question about that.
And, you know, really sort of sent a message that year to the WAC that, you know, Coach Tarkanian had announced that it was going to take him a while to come in and really build his program. And Dominic Young said, hey, we're ready to go now. We're going to win some games. And that they did. They won 22, lost 11.
Under 13 minutes to play. And a whistle away from the ball. Second personal on Stanley. Bonowitz, short, picked up by Dominic Young. Slows it down. No, he doesn't. Takes it baseline, dumps it off underneath. It's amazing to see his explosive ability. He was slowing that ball down and kicked it back out. Decided saw that opening down baseline and took it.
It's like watching a player run the 100-yard dash. He's got that Ben Johnson flash when he gets you on that hesitation. He gets that stop and go move.
Fourth foul on Averill. Young takes the pick from Stanley. Can't get the shot to go. Bonowitz the rebound. Rayford Young, three-pointer. 7 points for the freshman. And the threes keep raining down. 82-68 Tech.
And again, all in transition. Beating Fresno State down the floor and either throwing it long for the layup or spotting up. Young taking advantage and hitting that three-point shot.
Brooks in traffic. Tony Batiste picked up the foul.
You know, and Tech shooting 60%. They shoot 64% free throws on the year. But again, if you make 15 and the other team is only taking 11, you're creating so many more scoring opportunities for yourself. And in addition to putting Fresno State in foul trouble.
Tarkanian has, I think he's basically stood in that same spot the entire game. A couple of seats up off his chair on the bench. Brooks makes the second. 8 points on the night for Kendrick Brooks.
And that's a smart play by the freshman. 2-on-2, really not having an advantage. Rayford Young pulling it back out to set up the half-court offense.
Batiste looking for help. Young, double pump, ball strip, picked up. Carr, thought about the three, drives baseline. Oh, yeah.
Oh, shooter's roll.
Oh, my.
Touch it up. Put it up there on the rim. You've got that nice touch, it rolls in. When I'd lay those balls up like that, I'd draw sparks off the rim.
84-69, Texas Tech. 19 on the shot clock. McCullough swings it far side, takes it up and in. Nice drive for McCullough, the senior out of Oakland.
In Fresno State, you're down 13. That was a very good half-court possession for them. Look to run off your defense and get back on defense. Texas Tech trying to go for the home run play that time, 2-on-1.
Petit denied by Stanley. So a timeout. 10:48 to play in this one, and Texas Tech leads Tarkanian by 13. 10:48 to play at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas. Craig Bolerjack, Larry Farmer. Glad to have you alongside tonight on ESPN2 for the Las Vegas shootout. And that man, James Dickey, ahead of Jerry Tarkanian by 13, 84-71. I'll tell you what, though, Larry, the way the threes have been coming down, who knows?
And, you know, coming into this ball game, Coach Tarkanian was 0-2 lifetime against Texas Tech. When Coach Tarkanian was at Long Beach State, they got beat by Texas Tech. And then when he first moved to UNLV, the very first game he ever coached, he lost to Texas Tech.
Third foul on Damon Forney. Cooper will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Out of Killeen, Texas.
Cooper, an excellent offensive rebound. He had a terrific ball game against Texas San Antonio, Texas last game. It's 4 out of 5 from the floor. And again, just getting in areas where he's comfortable, taking advantage of the scoring opportunities.
Oh, Bonowitz will steal. The flip wouldn't go. Still alive. Bonowitz again. Baseline. Double team needs help. Carr on the drive and a whistle. Second foul on McCullough.
You see how quickly Tech got into transition. As soon as that ball was stolen, you had Carr, who was at half court to protect defensively and get back down the floor, moving quickly into a position where Bonowitz could deliver the pass to him, and Texas Tech could get right back into the attack mode.
Corey Carr has just tied his career high of 29. And there's a new career high. 30 points, 17 in the first half, 13 here in the second half for Corey Carr.
And there's still 10 minutes left to go in this half.
87-71 Texas Tech. McCullough drives around Petit. And it's going to be on Petit, the big fellow, with his 4th. Now this is the time, Larry, you have to make a note. It's 10:05 to play. Petit picks up his 4th, sits down with 17 points. And James Dickey has to make a change.
Cliff Owens coming in at 6'8". You look at Rashawn Smith.
McCullough makes the first.
And with Petit out of the ball game, you get the sense that if Fresno State is really going to get back into this thing and challenge, now is the time.
The lead is to 14 after the 2 free throws by McCullough. Dominic Young shading Rayford Young, senior against freshman. Bonowitz backdoor, easy layup with the left hand. Bonowitz, 7 points in this half. 89-73 Texas Tech. Young picks up the loose ball. Tries to stay control, and now there's a whistle. I don't know. Coach, tell me, I don't know if he had control of that ball or not.
Yeah, you've got to have you have to have possession of the ball for that to be a legitimate call. I think that's the same thing Coach Tarkanian was saying when he bit on that towel. You see the loose ball. Still no possession. And that's when you blow the whistle as a referee and you call a jump ball. You don't penalize two players when there really is no advantage. The ball was loose. And that's Forney's fourth personal.
Well, Roberson with 4, Forney with 4, Rashawn Smith with 4. That ball came off the back side of the backboard. Wetman's been in battle, hasn't he? A 6'8 junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina. 9.5 minutes ago, Bonowitz backs it out.
Fresno State needs to get stops. They've got to finish off their defense. They've got to pound that defensive board, see if they can get some cheap baskets in transitions, and then run their half-court offense and see if they can take advantage of their size.
Boy, nice defense by Fresno State, shutting down the baseline. Right for Young. No. Rebound to McCullough. Here comes Dominic Young, 2-on-2. Slows the tempo. Cuts behind the big fella. Down low for Denga. And a whistle. Well, that's what you call weaving through some big timber.
Dominic splits that double team right there, gets it into the lane, and spots Trudanga. And you notice how he softened up that pass. He didn't zip it through the defense, but he softened it up. Garrett Trudanga had a difficult time in the first half of catching those passes and handling them and then finishing off with easy scores.
Trudanga breaks a game-long drought, his first points of the night. Heron back in, along with Roberson. So Roberson will be in with 4 fouls. Trudanga, his second no. 89-74 Texas Tech. Just under 9 minutes to play.
And, you know, if you're Tech now, you spread the court, you take advantage of your quickness, you milk the clock, you run it down until you get the shot that you like.
That foul, by the way, Larry, was called away from the ball in the backcourt.
Well, you're not allowed to hold. You got 3 officials out there, and whether it be on the ball or away from the ball, again, in order to clean up the defense, protect the offense, you get your arms out there and you try to change the path of an offensive player who's cutting to the ball or cutting away from the ball. You use your extremity. That is now going to be called, and watch very closely.
Roberson at the line. Rebound to Owens. Boy, Fresno State cannot make the front end of those 1-and-1s.
The clock stops. You have an opportunity to score, cut into Texas Tech's lead, set up your press, get into a solid man-to-man defense. You've got to take advantage of those opportunities.
And Tech now, Larry, as you mentioned, spreading the floor. Floater down the lane. Wouldn't go for Corey Carr. Heron drives it. Dominic Young squares up the 3. Oh, my. 30 points for Dominic Young.
That crossover off the dribble from that distance reminds me of Timmy Hardaway. Just freezes the defender.
Bonowitz gets the bounce. 9 points in this half. Dominic Young with 8 threes in this game. A career record for Dominic Young is 9. Heron from way out. Cooper battles and wins the rebound. 91-77 with 7:32 to go.
Again, Tech, you spread the court, you look to drive, get open shots. The more time you take off the clock, the easier it's going to be to keep a T on the sideline with those 4 fouls. There's no urgency to bring him back in.
Cooper the rebound and fouled on his way back up. Larry, Texas Tech has had an incredible run. We know about last year's Sweet 16 run. They went 30-2. But Tech has won 29 of their last 31 games, and if you take it even out there on the limb further, 47 of their last 53 games. James Dickey has led Tech to victory.
He's just done a marvelous job of recruiting players that fit into his system. Again, the open court, go one-on-one, take advantage, drive, take the ball into the paint, draw the defense, get fouls, kick it outside, make the three. It's a fun way to play.
Game we did last week down in Fort Worth. Only loss of the season. Texas Tech losing to Texas Christian by a final of 93-89. That was a good basketball game. And TCU is going to be a pretty tough team to handle in the Western Athletic Conference.
They really will be. Coach Tubbs has done a nice job. His team, very good pressure team. They like to shoot that three-point shot also.
But Cooper makes the free throws, and this is what you call hitting from downtown. We'll be back. Craig Bowler, Jack Larry Farmer, and no, we're not New York. This is Las Vegas. That is the new hotel, New York, New York, that will be opening very soon. Wow, the Statue of Liberty right here in Las Vegas.
With a roller coaster behind it. Just, you know, another example of a place for both you and me to go and make a deposit and not a withdrawal.
Exactly. Thank you. Very few people leave here with a withdrawal, I'll tell you that. 7:05 to go, and just a little push shot. 40 in double figures. But boy, Las Vegas has grown. Roller coasters. You want to see it, it's here.
They're really catering to the family.
Inside shot wouldn't go. The rebound, no. Picked up Dominic Young. Well, he's got the Jets going. Slows it down on the baseline.
And he challenged the defense. That was 1 against 4.
Flying in for the rebound.
Rashawn Smith over the top.
Going to be number 5, and that's going to be it for Rashawn Smith. 4 points, and those 4 points came in the first half.
You know, he's back, and he assumes the shot's going to be missed, but really not in control. Didn't have a good position. With 4 fouls, you really got to give up on that one. Get back and hope the next offensive trip you have a chance to get involved.
Leaves the game with the 4 points, 5 rebounds on the night. Texas Tech, Petit and Averill with 4 apiece. Smith out. Roberson with 4 and Forney with 4.
Again, Forney just now getting back into the swing of things. You see Rashawn Smith not really pleased at all. Better days will come for him. Terrific player.
Big shot shot blocker, 71 a year ago. Led the WAC in that category. Cooper with 10 points, 94-79. Texas Tech. 3-point try, no. Rebound to Tech. Fast break up to Carr. One-on-one with Aaron.
You know, again, Tech really taking advantage. Dominic Young taking that 3-point shots. Normally long shots will produce long rebounds, but that wasn't a long rebound. But Dominic Young was at the top of the key when he took that shot. He was the only defender back. So when Texas Tech got that defensive rebound, they're looking to push the ball up the court, and they've really taken advantage of the transition offense.
Carr will shoot a pair. 6:11 to play.
Boy, Tech came into this game averaging 88. They're up to 95.
And Corey Carr, 32 points scored. He scored a third of Tech's points tonight, Larry. 32 of 96.
He's a rhythm shooter. Straight off the dribble. Transition.
Forney gets the bounce. Forney with an even 12.
You know, it'd be interesting to see how Tech plays when we saw them against TCU. And Corey Carr struggled for about a 5 or 6 minute period. It was very difficult for Tech to score. And I think as this young season progresses, and Carr's not having the kind of night that he's having tonight, they've got to push some other buttons and make sure that they're producing that outside scoring in moments of drought. But this Texas Tech team has proven that they're going to be a good team.
Texas Tech 6-1 on the season. Fresno State 6-2.
Tech in that Big 12. Texas A&M and Baylor. Those all came out of the Southwest Conference. Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, who were already in the Big 8. So that Southern Division should prove to be a tough one.
Averill with 20 off the bench. 98-81. Texas Tech, their highest point total this season against Texas San Antonio just a few nights ago. They put 99 on the board, and they're close to that now. Aaron on the drive. And a blocking foul. Boy, Heron did a nice job just kind of jumping out of the way over Deuce Jones, who picks up his fourth.
When you penetrate for a purpose, and both Heron and Young are very nifty at getting the ball inside and coming to that two-footed jump stop, so they're still under control. They can make the decisions that need to be made in that painted area, whether to shoot or if you're drawing the defense to kick out those little easy inside passes. 98-81, Texas Tech. 5:29 to go, and later tonight on ESPN, make sure you tune in to Tulane and UNLV as the Las Vegas shootout continues. The Green Wave against the Running Rebels. You'll see it tonight on ESPN. We talked about the NBA scouts on hand tonight, and they came to see a couple of, well, really about 6 players, but how about Carr and Young tonight? They've had to impress. I said needless to say, Carr's impressed, and Young. You know, you watch Carr and as an NBA scout, having worked for the Golden State Warriors for a year, you go out and you watch college players and you say, if this guy's going to play at the next level, what one skill does he bring to the table that's better than anybody else on the court? And those two guys can flat shoot it. And Corey Carr, you didn't get to see much of it tonight, but he's a terrific defender on the ball.
Good ball handler as well. Kicks it down low. Deuce Jones looking for help. Coming up on the 5-minute mark, and Battie back in with the 4 fouls for Texas Tech. Inside, knocked away by McCullough. Last touch by Tech. And so Fresno State still alive. They refuse to die, down 98-83.
But the clock's working against them, and they've got to take advantage of every possession. They've either got to get a good shot and score, or get a good shot and get fouled and stop the clock and try and create off their defense, press, and really try and get this up tempo, because you know Texas Tech now, they're going to come down, they're going to get more deliberate, they're going to take more time off the clock, and they're going to try and get to that foul line.
Tony Battie picks up his 5th foul. And Tony Battie will leave the floor. 17 points, 10 rebounds, a double-double. His 7th double-double of the season.
The second time this season he's fouled out of a ball game, but keeps that streak alive.
There's Rashawn Smith, who fouled out earlier. So the battle of the big guys.
From that aspect now is moved to the bench.
Twenty with 12, 13. Nice looking free throw.
I like Forney. He's the kind of player that you can post, you can play him on the perimeter. He's a slasher. He can create offense.
Able to rebound, and now a jump ball. Nice job defensively. McCullough tied him up.
The arrow going to Texas Tech.
Bonowitz to Averill. Fresno State throwing some heavy pressure on, and now the foul on Young. Dominic Young, what a story. One of 13 children, Larry, and what's even more amazing, all 13 of his brothers and sisters, their first name starts with D.
13?
13.
I guess that 13, his first name was Dunn.
Dunn. The left-hander Bonowitz misses the front end.
How do you keep all those names straight? Little D, big D, middle D.
It could be like George Foreman, just name all George. That's one way.
And the girls, what do you name? Georgina?
Georgina, Georgette. Dominic Young, three-point shot, no. Bonowitz, the rebound. Under 5 minutes to play. 99-84. Those 99 points matches Tech's highest output of the season, and coming right at you, Larry. Good hands, pal. Almost. Bonowitz saved it at a timeout.
He saved it and saved us.
James Dickey. After this game between Texas Tech and Fresno State, make sure you tune in to NBA Tonight. Jordan versus Iverson, and the Knicks rebound against the Pistons. That's on NBA Tonight.
Well, Allen Iverson is having quite a freshman year in the NBA. People were really concerned about his size and his durability, and although he has been banged up some, he has certainly proven to be quite the first-round pick and worthy of it.
Deuce Jones took an extra step. 4:30 to play. Forney will inbounds. Young floats inside. McCullough met by Cooper.
Now that stops the clock. Gives you a chance to knock down these two free throws and get in a pressing situation. Try and get a quick trap, get a steal, and see if you can create some momentum.
G'day, Cooper picks up his fourth foul. McCullough now at double digit with 10. And we talked about McCullough, a senior, 6'5", 205. So effective as a starter, coming off the bench, the sixth man. Tarkanian has so many uses for this guy.
You know, last year in the WAC tournament, he shot 87% in the 3 games that they played. It was 14 out of 16 field goal shooting. And then when Fresno State went to the NIT, he shot 65%. You bring a guy in that can make that percentage of his shots, you've got a nice button to push there.
Third foul on McCullough. You look at this road odyssey, and there's no question. 10 road games for Jerry Tarkanian at Oregon. They beat up UMass very impressively, 102-81. At Texas, they dropped a 12-point game tonight on the road, taking on Texas Tech in the Las Vegas shootout. Then they go to the Puerto Rico Classic before that is St. Mary's and LSU. But that is a tough road schedule, 10 straight.
You know, when we talked to Coach Tarkanian about that today, you know, he mentioned, said that's something that I've always tried to do. He said, I did that at UNLV. I like to get my guys out, get them on the road, get them battle tested. Figures it's going to pay off down the road.
Aaron Plott tried to play some tough D after he lost the basketball and picks up the foul. Up in the rafters, you'll find some big names. There's Larry Johnson, Sidney Green, and Jerry Tarkanian. And there's the big banner, 1990 NCAA champions. I think that ring, can you see that ring right? Yeah, just put in his pocket is the title ring. That is a chunk.
Hey, this afternoon when we talked to him, I had to shade my eyes. Every time the light hit that just right, it blinded me.
Well, that's the watch. But I noticed you put your sunglasses on when Tark came by to talk to us. Now, interesting man, is he not?
20 win seasons, ranks second only behind Coach Smith. Had 20 wins 24 times. Coach Dean Smith with 29. He's in elite company. And players are coming to play for the man. Jerry Tarkanian is a legend, and that's why he's attracting so many good players.
Averill now with 22. Forney gets the bucket. 15 for Forney. 103-88. 3:45 to play. Cooper breaks free. Roberson hit him from behind. Counted the bucket and the foul. Nice fake to get his man up off his feet.
Well, anytime you extend the defense and you start getting into those half-court traps, you've got to trap and take away the 3 near baskets, the 3 near passes, and then make sure that you get back and protect against just that very thing. Tech had good spacing. They moved the ball around, found the open man, and that's how you attack the press.
12 points for Cooper, looking to make it 13.
He's worried. He's got a big lead, but that's coaching. You coach until that horn goes off. I think he's just done a terrific job with these players.
105-88. Heron working left, working right. Off the hands of Dominic Young. Last touch by Deuce Jones. 16 on the shot. Young takes it. And on the drive, the whistle. Deuce Jones picks up his 5th, so we're losing players quickly. Jones is out, but T is fouled out for Texas Tech. Roberson fouled out for Fresno State along with Rashawn Smith. So Rayford Young, the freshman down at Tampa, Texas, a true freshman, 5'11", 165-pounder, checks in. 3 points for Deuce on the night. Hit a 3 early in the first half, and that's been it.
Blocked his first shot of the season. That's a nice trio to have. You have Bonowitz at the point guard, and then you get a totally different looking team when you put Deuce Jones. The defense really kind of picks up, and then you get Rayford Young in. So quite a complement of point guards that Coach Dickey can go to.
Dominic Young, 31 points. That ties his career high, but yet Fresno State trails. We'll be back.
You know, when he goes home and his wife second guesses him, she really has a lot of expertise. He's got to listen to her.
Oh, I can see her. She says, James, let's go do a little one-on-one on the basketball floor. I'll, dribble drive right by you.
We're shooting 64% on the season from the free throw line. Are you working with those kids? Do you need me to go out there and work with them?
Tech spreading out their offense. Under 3 minutes to go. And Cooper tied up. And the foul whistled on Heron. His 4th.
And you learn these things the hard way. You don't like to get these learning situations during a loss, but when you're in a ball game and you elect to go to that full court or half court trapping defense, and Heron's going to pick this up, because I know Coach Tarkanian is going to tell him, you get the trap, you want the other 3 players that aren't involved in the trap to be the players that look to intercept the basketball. And as long as you're in the trap, you want to keep your hands active but not reach in and foul.
Well, make sure you stay tuned after the game. NBA tonight here on ESPN2. Boy, the points still coming for Corey Carr. 34 on the night. 107-89 Texas Tech. Dominic Young can't not get the 3. Battle for the loose ball and a whistle. Out of bounds, it will be Fresno State basketball. There was a lot of energy in this building, Larry, to start this game, but Fresno State falling behind early in the second half. They have quieted down in a hurry, in and out.
And before the ball game, there was a feeling in this building that there would be a lot of Coach Tarkanian fans here, and rightly so they would root for Fresno State. But Texas Tech, the way they started, they hit the 3s, they got their defense going, they threw long, they got some layups, really took the crowd out of this building.
3-pointer. Kendrick Brooks. 11 on the night. 7 in the first half. 107-92. Tech by 15. Coming up on the 2-minute mark and an easy. Oh, he missed the layup. Averill. Sometimes you're too wide open. Dominic Young, no. The putback.